alligators snap, vultures lurch, parrots perch, and have you seen the horn on the unicorn? Down at the Alphabet Zoo.
Hi, Duster. Hello. On Alphabet Zoo today, I have another letter, and it's I.
Yeah, and today's animal is a very strange animal.
Certainly is. It lives near the sea, but not in it. And it's got a scaly skin and a spiny back. Most unusual member of Alphabet Zoo.
Sounds like a real riddle.
It's called an iguana. And the story I'm going to tell you is about an iguana called Iggy. Now, Iggy had an itchy problem. Here's the story of Iggy the iguana. Iggy the iguana had been miserable for weeks. Most of his friends were fed up with him, and now his mother was cross with him too. "Oh, do stop moaning, Iggy, and finish your lunch," she snapped. "I can't," he cried. "My back itches all day long." "Then scratch it," shouted his mother, and walked out of the cave. "Scratch it," snorted Iggy. "If only I could." Poor old Iggy. Nobody stayed round long enough to hear the end of his story. He couldn't scratch his back because he couldn't reach his itch. Iggy waddled out of the cave to the sea. He climbed onto the rocks, raised his head to the hot sun and sighed. "Oh, this is lovely. It's time I had my afternoon doze." Just as he was dropping off, the itching started. "Oh, no!" cried Iggy, flicking his tail and twitching his skin. He tried to ignore it, but the itching got worse. He scratched it, rolled on it, rubbed it. Then in desperation, he jumped up and down. Bang, bang, bang. The itching didn't go away, but at least he didn't feel quite so bad-tempered. He was interrupted by a loud squawking. "Wah! Ah! Ah!" Iggy stopped jumping and looked up. Perched on the rock about him was a green and yellow parrot. "Oh, the silly boy!" she screeched, smiling down on Iggy. "I suppose I am," he said, blushing. "But I've got a terrible itch." "Scratch it! Scratch it!" squawked the parrot. "Oh, don't you start," said Iggy, and burst into tears. Parrot was astonished. She liked to make people laugh, not cry. She hopped down to Iggy and mopped his tears with her wing feathers. Iggy started to tell her his itchy story, and to his amazement, she stayed and listened to the end. "Well," said Iggy shyly when he'd finished, "what do you think?" "I think you need a friend," said Parrot cheerfully. "I haven't got any," replied Iggy. "They're all fed up with me." "I'll be your friend," said the parrot. "Oh," said Iggy, not quite understanding what a friend had to do with his itchy back. "But what good will a friend be?" "A friend can scratch your back," cackled Parrot, hopping from one leg to the other. "Oh, then please scratch it," begged Iggy. Parrot tried rubbing the itch with her feathers, but they were too soft and tickly. She tried scratching it with her claws, but they were too big and clumsy. She tried pecking it with her beak, but that just hurt Iggy. "Naughty itch! Naughty itch!" flapped Parrot, not really helping at all. "It's driving me bananas!" Iggy yelled. "Stop driving bananas!" He started to jump up and down in temper. Bang, bang, bang! "Bananas, bananas!" twittered Parrot, bobbing up and down and cracking her head from side to side. Suddenly, she flapped her wings and flew off. "Hey, where are you going?" shouted Iggy after her. "Some friend leaving me now." Parrot swooped and landed in a banana tree. She plucked a bunch of ripe bananas from the tree, picked them up in her beak, and flew towards the tallest trees in the jungle. Iggy followed, tripping and tumbling along the ground in his hurry to keep up with her. Parrot came to rest in the tall treetops and started to chat to Monkey, who lived up there. She gave him the bunch of bananas and seemed to be talking to him about something very serious. Monkey ate the bananas slowly, nodding his head wisely from time to time. "What are you talking about?" yelled Iggy from the bottom of the tree. He was very cross at being left out of the chat. "We're talking about you," called Parrot from her branch. "I think I can help you with your itch," chattered Monkey. "Help me?" gulped Iggy. How? Nobody else can. Brown Monkey spread his paws out in front of him. They looked like tiny brown hands. Ah, he said, but no other animal's got hands like me. These hands can peel bananas, pick up stones, clap, smack, and most important of all, they can scratch. Oh, please scratch me, said Iggy, shivering with excitement. Please, please scratch me. Of course, said Monkey. I like to help my friends. Scratch the itch, screeched Parrot excitedly. Monkey started to scratch. He scratched and scratched until his hands ached. Iggy smiled and smiled, and then he began to laugh. Hooray! He shouted. I've lost my itch! Hooray! Hooray! Cheered Monkey. Who's a clever boy? Who's a clever boy? Shouted Parrot. Iggy had lost his itch and found 2 new friends. Now he was itching to help them. Oh, you're a lovely iguana.
I was just wondering about these. I'm not sure if they are actually iguanas, but they're so beautiful, aren't they? They're really nice colours and everything.
Yes.
I think they're sea creatures of some sort.
Oh, look at that. What's he got on his back?
It's a mystery, but it's from Mark Walker and Stephen Pickering of Etherley Lane School in Bishop Auckland, and that's where these two come from as well. There's lovely colours in there.
Gorgeous.
That's from Andrew Longstaff and Alan Hogg and Malcolm Rippeth, Ian McMurray, and they're all from Bishop Auckland too. We've got 3 really great iguanas here. This one's from Jacqueline Hall, this one's from Catherine Hudson, and this one's from Nicola McIntosh.
And the
they're
lovely
all from,
patterns on them.
yeah, Bankhorry Primary School. You can tell they're iguanas. See the long curly tongue there on that one?
Yes, for flicking out to eat up the ants.
I think amazing, aren't they? Really nice colours.
And that one's got a red spiny back.
That's the other thing about them. And down here there's one from Rhian Evans of Pennard School in Swansea, which I think is really nicely done, don't you?
Beautiful.
Nice
Lovely leaves.
leaves and everything.
Lovely, lovely. Would you like to see some more?
There's one thing better than a friend, and that is to have 2. It's better to have a foot than to worry about a shoe. A foot is better than a claw, and a hand is better than a paw. So come on, my friend, and if you scratch my back, or when you need me, I'll scratch yours. It's nice to have a penny that you can spend. It's better to have 2 pence. You could share one with a friend. A friend can be your teddy bear, and a friend can be your thumb, and a friend can be your dolly. Oh, it's nice to have a chum. Now there's one thing better than a friend, and that is to have 2. It's better to have a foot than to worry about a shoe. Is better than a claw, and a hand is better than a paw. So come on, my friend, and if you scratch my back, or when you need me, I'll scratch yours. It's nice to be on your own sometimes, and it's nice to be with friends. Some things you can't do by yourself, on others you must depend. And it's nice to have a penny that you can spend. But it's nicer to have 2 pence, 'cause you can share one with a friend. Now there's one thing better than a friend, and that is to have 2. It's better to have a foot than to worry about a shoe. A foot is better than a claw, and a hand is better than a paw. So come on, my friend, and if you scratch my back, or when you need me, I'll scratch yours. When you need me, I'll scratch yours.
There you are, Duster. Is that better? I think he thinks it's an iguana, you know.
Yeah, but he's not got the right sort of skin. It's
No,
supposed to have scales.
he's not
you see.
scaly and spiny. Oh, you're lovely and furry, aren't you, Duster? Oh, you're gorgeous. Have you ever seen an iguana, Ralph?
No, I haven't. I've seen a
no.
nude.
Gorillas grunt, hedgehogs hunt, zebras bray, possums play. Come and meet them all at the alphabet zoo. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all at the alphabet zoo.